Hey, what's going on, everybody? Drama 22 coming back with a video. Gonna do a little bit of a preview of what's coming up here soon on my channel. This is watching a game here. This is the Packers game from this past weekend on Sunday where they beat down the 49ers. I'm going to talk about how I'm going to jump into some of this West Coast offense built through the wide zone scheme, through Shanahan, Flores, Kevin O'Connell, McVay, all those guys who are part of the same system. I'm going to start diving into some of this stuff and using it in Madden and NCAA. So that's part of the future plan, but just stick with me to the end. I'm going to put this little video here just in the background. You can kind of watch it, and then I'm going to overlay it with some of a video I made for you guys, just kind of reviewing what's going on with the channel, what you can expect coming up, some Black Friday deals from my Patreon as well. If you want to jump in there and see what's going on. So just hang out with your boy for like the next 10-15 minutes, get yourself some discounts, find out what's going on for free, and let's have some fun. All right, so I'll see you in a second. Hey, what's going on, fellas? Drama 22. I'm going to show you guys a real quick little code right here. If you want to join my Patreon, type in the Black Friday code, the 33D07 code right there. That's going to give you guys 40% off that first month. So it's going to basically cut it down to like the bare minimum that I can even give you guys anything for any type of thing. But if you want to try some of the higher tiers, you can take a look at it. Starting now all the way for like the whole week, there'll be Cyber Monday code. If you want to just buy one thing, you want to look at something particular that's up there. It could be a post, it can be a spreadsheet, it could be a whole game plan, whatever's up there that's for sale, you can take a look at that. So just want to make sure you guys know about that. Let's talk about the upcoming stuff we got going on. 3-match. Gonna finish this up on my Patreon here. I'm gonna show you guys. I actually went back and just kind of reorganized some of the categories so you can find stuff, the collections, and I'll show you that here at the end. But 3-match, we're gonna finish that versus compression. We're gonna finish up our quarter series. We're going to start Palms 6 and 9. So this is, again, to me, Palms is a really good coverage you can use as a base coverage, but you can also use 6 and 9 as a nice changeup. We're going to finish up Texas Coast. We're going to cement that. Don't think I spelled that right, so I apologize. But we're going to just finish up. Texas Coast was a good offense. We're going to make sure we keep it in our, things that we want to do going forward. I think it's one of the best ways that if you're new to just basically getting your offensive thoughts together on how to pass the ball, how to progress, how to have certain reads, certain routes, and what type of coverages to attack. It's very fundamentally sound. So this is something you can take with you. It's pretty much learning the West Coast offense through how they teach it and their reads and their footwork. I think that's going to be really beneficial for guys who want to learn a little bit of offense. Updating the 3-4 disguise scheme. We're going to keep on updating that. We're going to focus on the Chargers, who are playing decent football. We're going to look at some other teams like the Dolphins are starting to play better. Take a look at teams that use this style. The Ravens had a good game recently, and go from there. We're always going to look at the Eagles. Eagles are #1 defense in the NFL right now. We're going to talk about the Kyle Shanahan offense, and we're going to start putting it in. I'm actually going to start playing games with it. I already played 1 or 2 with the Kyle Shanahan offense, bare minimum. I'm going to focus on 2019 to start, just because I want to focus on more formations, and I want to kind of go back myself. And being a defensive guy, mainly, I want to go back and learn the offense from the nitty gritty. So if you want to learn it with me, come on to Patreon. I'm going to give you guys information, or join my league. In my league, PSL, I'm going to give those guys that information on the Kyle Shanahan offense for free. A lot of guys in my league who are claiming to be wide zone people. Well, let's learn what we're really doing. Let's not just run the plays that work. Let's run the complementary plays. Let's understand the offense. So that would be the next project. And I think that project is going to take me all the way through next cycle. I'll be honest with you. I think I'm going to try to stick with it for at least the cycle. I'm still going to have my other offenses in there. Maybe I'll use them in a league or two, but Kyle Shanahan, working that style, we're going to kind of grow with that and build with it. And the main reason why I want to do it is because I want to learn how to stop it. I think some of the better people who run it, I think what you see in Green Bay is a really nice job with the McVay/LaFleur system. Kevin O'Connell doing a nice job. And then we have other people in Houston, Bobby Slowick, guys who are running the system at maybe even a better level than Kyle Shanahan right now. And I like to study it because I feel like from a defensive standpoint, we got to learn how to stop it. So you can't learn how to stop something unless you understand what they're trying to do on offense. Same thing, vice versa. So the Brian Flores and Spag defense, I've had some requests about it this year. I've kind of slow played it. I've had some other guys I know who worked this scheme, who wanted to kind of build with it themselves. I wanted to let them get their lane, do their thing. Somebody like Scheme Guide does a great job. He went through and broke it down. I haven't got a chance to watch it yet, so I'm going to go and watch his stuff and try to build from that as well. Give him his props. There are other people out there who I wouldn't consider sim content creators. I'm not trying to separate the community, but you know who they are. You can tell with their setups and things like that. They're trying to implement this scheme because it's hot, but they're not really giving you guys any reasons. Like, they're not showing you real film. I think if somebody can't show you actual game film or cut-ups of something and try to explain it to you that it makes sense, then you're just kind of just really learning plays. It's no different than buying an ebook. I'm going to go back and watch Brian Flores and try to understand the core of what he's doing. There are other people out there like Match Quarters who does a good job. It breaks it down to its very nitty gritty. And then Spags is in the same category. He runs a very unique style defense. So a lot of people want to see this. I think I'm going to give you guys this. I'm also going to invest into a program, a game, basically coaching program that I might get into. I am going to get where I can actually show you guys. I can actually draw plays up. So if I see a play, let's say this weekend, tomorrow, and it's a really good blitz, similar to like what Matt Quarters does, I'm going to give you guys the blitz and show you, the angles and try to explain it to you in a visual diagram. Okay. And then we can watch the film or whatever. And then we can try to take it to the field if it's applicable. Okay. So want to make sure you guys know about that. All right, Download Center. This stuff is all here for you guys. I just want to make sure anybody who wants my stuff, any book that I create, it's always online. So it's not like I'm hiding it for anybody. You guys can just type in the name of the book. It's the best way to do it. Don't type in my username. So on defense, the ones that are in blue are the most updated ones. Okay. Then here we have the Tom Moore version 2. If you want to run that, still a great offense. And then I combined Tom Moore and Mike McCarthy and kind of made a baby. It's really still heavy Tom Moore. But really, I have a whole, looking at my whiteboard right here in my office, I basically just combined stuff that they overlapped already. And there's just a couple personality plays that pop up that we can have more conversation on, about that. But just come over to the Patreon. I made a video based on that. The free scheme here on YouTube, I'm still going to work this 3-4 disguise scheme. Okay, keep that going. If you are a college football player and you want to use these schemes, you can. I'm not just relegated to just doing Madden. So every scheme that I did on Madden, I also have it on college football. So it's there for you to use. All right. You can be a pro style offense and defense. So remember, okay. So again, just a quick reminder. These are the Black Friday deals. The codes are over here. You can just go and get that right there. Let me just circle that for you guys. So all you have to do is jump on. Those are the codes. The Black Friday one is basically for guys who want to get the membership. You can go all the way up to the highest level membership, get 40% off that first month. And then the one that is Cyber Monday is going to be, it's not just on Cyber Monday, it's actually starting now, it's active. That's for guys who want to buy stuff in the shop. The stuff in the shop is like if you see a post that you like, usually most of them I have for sale separately. So you don't have to actually be a member of my, you don't have to be a subscriber. You can just basically jump on and just get that one document that you want. Let's say it's an Excel sheet, or let's say it's a game plan or some type of video that talks about a topic that you're interested in, a new blitz, pressure scheme. You can just go and get that one specific thing and be done. So there's a little bit of that. That's 40% off. So that's a lot going on right there. A lot of those things are really, really not expensive at all. So you're talking about spending like $3 on stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, shoot, it's like buying a candy bar. So anyway, let me just show you actually, if you go onto the page, what it looks like. So if you're not a member, you go onto the page, this is what it looks like. You have your 3 memberships that you can get into. And again, once you join, make sure you put in the code. You get that discount for the memberships. And one thing you can do at my page all the time is you can go look at things. And the way I have it set up is through collections. So the collections here are basically showing you everything that's on my site broken into categories that I put into categories for you. So if you want to just look at cover 4 quarters videos, right? Everything that has to do with cover 4 quarters, it would be here. You can sort it out by exactly the month, the year that it was done, the tier. So some of them are the coordinator crew only, can see some of them, right? So that's that. And then you go back, it goes backwards in order of when it was put up there. So you can see all these are some clips that I did on my last video. If you can't watch the full video, you have clips. Down to some of the videos that I have that are even public, just to keep track of everything. And then some of the stuff that's unique to, like I had said, I'm doing breakdowns as we go along of the defense, the pluses, the minuses, the positives, the negatives, the pressure, things that it struggles against, right? So that's quarters. So that's why I was saying I'm going to finish up my quarters teaching scheme, but there's going to be times where I have like little tips on quarters. Okay. So that's there for you. Same thing if you want to look at cover 3. All the cover 3 match stuff is here, guys. So I'm showing you the stuff that's here. So some people, you can do this on your own. You don't have to have me walk you through this, but you can see cover 3 matches big here with the coverages section. We're working on finishing up the wide 9 defense in general, but there's some stuff here that is only for certain people. As you can see, it's kind of like blurred out. But just in general, all this stuff is, if you're a member, you're going to get all this, right? 3x1, 2x2. The intro. So we're doing it as we go. Then I have some other stuff in here that's older from last cycle. So that's just big for you guys to be able to find stuff. And in general, let's say you want to play college football only, right? I kind of have a collection here at the top that only talks about college football. So these are all the college football videos. Doesn't matter what the topic is, right? The wide 9 system, the Ravens 3-4 style, the Sky system, whatever. And it's that. So it's all broken down. You can find what you want. So sometimes Patreon's kind of hard to like go through. So I try to make it as easy as possible for you guys. And that's pretty much it, guys. So I hope you guys are excited about what's upcoming. I'm going to give you guys obviously some good content. And then as we go along, I'm actually thinking about making another new tier that would be above the coordinator crew. It would be something, because I've heard this asked of me a few times. The two things I'm thinking about are, one thing is having one-on-one, like virtual time, like sitting down and webbing together and working on certain things. That's good for guys who are probably new and want to catch up and feel like, you know what, they rather me explain stuff to them like straight up one-on-one. So it's like an hour session or whatever it might be. And then that might be like a whole nother tier for people who want to do that, or we can make that into like a whole deal, just a one-time, purchase type of thing. We can figure that out. And that would be like going on to a posting, and you buy that one posting, which would be basically equivalent to like a ticket of like a 20-minute time block or a 40-minute time block or something. We could talk about that. Or I could just make it an ultimate crew where you get that access, like let's say once a week. And then the other thing I'm thinking about doing is I'm into also breaking down film so much, and I've kind of gotten into watching some other people do it. I kind of miss doing it, which is crazy to say, but like being able to break down, I don't think anybody out there is breaking down Madden and actually breaking it down for you. So if you had a game that you played against somebody or your opponent's last game, instead of you walking through and breaking down all the plays, I will break down the plays, cut them up, put them into categories, third down plays, give you actual cut-ups of what you can watch, and then like name the concept. So similar to like how it is in real life, we as coaches, when we watch the film on the first day after a game of the next opponent, we actually have the stuff organized. So like I can watch all the third down plays and I can sort them by concept. So I have an idea of what's coming. It's not even like a guessing game. So there's a quality control coach that does that for you. I'm thinking about making that like an ultimate tier where I would have to obviously put in a good amount of time. You have to give me at least like, 48 to 72 hours to kind of break down the film, give you back a report, and it's like set up. Now the coordinator crew kind of has that ability to do that with me right now, but it's not as hardcore. It's more like, hey, I'm watching your games and giving you some notes on a guy. This is the coverage he likes, you should probably look at this. But this is more like statistical, analytical. You basically hire me to be like your quality control coach and giving you like a report, a straight up report of what your opponent does on offense and or defense. So that might be something I'm going to take a look at. If you guys are really interested, that would be a limited time, probably like can only do like 10 to 20 people like that, because that would be like a full-time position where I have to make sure I get back to you within that amount of time. So you might want to look into that and make that a new tier. If you guys are interested in that, let me know. I won't know unless you guys tell me that's something you want. You're really trying to win your league this year. You're really trying to get an edge. That might be something to look into. All right. So Gave you guys the good old coaches meeting. I didn't give you any video today of like any actual game film, but I will do that soon here this weekend. I have a lot of new game film I want to talk about with you guys, so it'll probably be more fun to just sit down and do like a good old live stream and watch some tape, hear you guys talk, and go from there. All right. Talk to y'all later, man. Peace.